Hello again, 8th graders. This is lesson 2.5 on drawing a diagram and writing an equation, although sometimes there's problems that all you really need to do is draw the diagram for. If we look at problem number 1, it talks about a kite. The tail steadies the kite. One of the longest kites is a Chinese dragon kite. The length of the particular dragon kite, including its tail, is 21 feet. If the tail is 15 feet longer than the kite body, how long is the kite body? Making a little diagram, we know we have the body of the kite, and then you have the tail. In the problem, it tells us that the entire length is 21 feet. So from end of the tail to the body, we know that that's going to be 21 feet. Now, the tail is 15 feet longer than the body. We do not know how long the body of the kite is because that's our question. How long is the kite body? So that's n. But we know the tail is 15 feet longer. The body plus 15 more feet. To get the total length of the kite, we're going to take the body plus the tail. That should equal our entire length of 21. This is where we go back to simplifying before we solve. 2n plus 15 equals 21. Two-step equation, we can now go through and solve. 2n is going to equal 6. Divide both sides by 2, and the length of the kite body is going to be 3 feet. Question 2 is similar to question 1. Again, a diagram will help. The length of a board is 49 inches. If you cut the board into 2 pieces, one piece is 8 inches longer than the other. How long is each piece? So let's make a little board. We know that the entire length of the board is supposed to be 49 inches. We cut the board into 2 pieces, a shorter piece and a longer piece. We don't know the length of the short piece, but we do know that the longer piece is n plus 8. Now at this point, hit pause. Write out your equation, work it through, and then I'll go through it. Let's see how you did. The short piece n plus the longer piece n plus 8 is going to equal 49. Did you simplify before you tried to solve and get 2n plus 8 equals 49? Now solve the resulting equation. n equals 41. Divide both sides by 2, and n is going to equal 20.5 inches. Now notice that this question says how long is each piece. So I can't just quit with finding n. I have to take n plus 8 as well. So that's 20 plus 0.5 plus 8. So my longer piece is going to be 28.5 inches. Number 3 is a rectangular dog kennel, 180 feet of fencing, which means we're really working with perimeter. She wants the length of the kennel to be 15 feet longer than the width. So if we draw the kennel as a rectangle, we know we have the length here, the width here. Now notice that it says the length is supposed to be 15 feet longer than the width. So the width plus another 15 feet. Now remember, when you're finding perimeter, you want to find the distance totally around a figure. So this side is also W, and this top piece is also W plus 15. So to find the perimeter, we are going to have to add all of those together. W plus 15 plus W, another W plus 15 plus another W to equal our 180. Now at this point, hit pause, simplify and solve, and let's see how you did. In simplifying, I have 4W plus 30 equals 180. Is that what you got? Now solve the equation. 40W plus 30 minus 30 equals 180 minus 30. 4W is going to be 150. I'll need to divide by 4. The width is going to be 37.5 feet. Now notice again, it asks for the dimensions. So I also need that length, which is W plus 15. So I'm going to take the 37.5 plus 15. The length of this rectangle, rather, is going to be 52.5 feet. So your dimensions are 37.5 and 52.5. Number 4 does not require an equation. Sometimes you're going to get problems like this. If you can draw them out, you got it. So your drawing is your work. Here's the ground floor for the elevator. It says the elevator is going to start on the 7th floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you want, put in the little numbers. Let you keep track of things. Now, the elevator starts on the 7th floor. It's going to go up 6 floors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then after the next comma, it says it's going to come down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it's going to be on floor 9. Then it's going to go up 9 whole floors. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, here we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it's up to the 18th floor. And the last comma, and it says it's going to come back down 9 floors. So this is 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, and 10. It's going to come back down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5. Where's it going to end up? It's going to end up on the 13th floor. Just want to point out to you that some tall motels and buildings don't have a 13th floor. They skip that. They go from 12 to 14. They think that 13 is a very unlucky number. So some buildings don't have a 13th floor, but our building does, because we don't believe in luck. Number 5. Number 5 is going to be very, very similar to number 3. So I want you to hit pause, and then I'll show you how to work the problem. I'm going to start out with a diagram again. Here's my width. Here's my length. Notice it says the length is 3 feet longer. So that means it is W plus 3. And again, I want the perimeter. So I want the whole distance around the rectangle. So W plus 3 plus W plus W plus 3 plus W is going to equal 42. Simplifying, 4W plus 6 equals 42. Plus 6 minus 6 equals 42 minus 6. For W, it is going to be 36. Divide both sides by 4, and W will equal 9 feet. It says that I want the length and the width. The length is W plus 3, so that's going to be 9 plus 3, which is 12 feet. How'd you do? Did you get it right? Number 6 should look very familiar to you because I showed you this kind of problem in chapter 1. Day 1 is equal to n. Day 2 equals n plus 24. Because it says that on the second day, they drove 24 more miles than the first day. My total is this 842. So the first day plus the second day is going to equal the total. Hit pause and solve. Simplify. 2n plus 24 equals 842. 2n plus 24 minus 24 equals 842 minus 24. 2n is going to equal 818. Divide both sides by 2. N is going to equal 409 miles. N plus 24 will equal 409 plus 24, which is 433 miles. Problem C, we actually solve using two different equations because first of all, it says that he sold 14 bags of flower bulbs on the third day, and then here's that clue word for an equal sign, and then we have this 2 for the second day, twice as many on the second day. So first of all, I've got to figure out how many he sells on the second day because I have to use that in order to figure out what I'm going to do for the first day. So for the second day, twice what he sold on the second day is going to equal 14. So now I know that on the second day he has sold 7. Now, the first day is what I'm really after. And here again, 2 more bags more than the first day. Well, if the first day is n, because I know what my second day is 7, plus 2 is going to equal the 7. And I can quickly solve it, that it's 5 bags. Problem number 8. This is a real world problem because you're going to have to be able to figure out how much you're going to have to pay for car payments. Yes, I know the company actually tells you, but it's not a bad idea to be able to estimate it so that you kind of know what you're going into when you buy a car. Understand that you usually have to pay a down payment and then the rest is going to be paid by the month. It says here that the car is $19,800. Now the down payment is $6,600. That's going to be added to your monthly payments. We don't know how much you're going to pay each month, but we do know that the payments are 2 years. That's 24 months. So 24 times however much money you pay per month is going to, plus your $660, should equal your $19,800. At this point, you should be able to solve the equation by yourself. 24m plus 6,600 minus 6,600 equals 19,800 minus 6,600. 24m is going to equal 13,200. You're going to divide both sides by 24. By the way, yes, this is a calculator problem. And we should get $550 per month. By the way, now you know why most cars' payments are over 5 years rather than 2 years. And, oops, our last problem. A man was asked if he had 382 collector hats. He replied, 4 times the number I have, plus half the number, plus a quarter of the number, plus the 2 of us is 382. Look at all your clue words. Times, plus, half, plus, a quarter, plus, here's my equal sign. Take it right down the road. 4 times the number, plus, half the number, plus a quarter of the number, plus the 2 of us is 382. Now I have to simplify and solve. 4.75n plus 2 equals 382. 4.75n plus 2 minus 2 equals 382 minus 2. 4.75n equals 380. Divide both sides by 4.75. And n is going to be, yes, this is a calculator problem, 80 hats. So no way does he have 382 collector hats, but he has 80. And that's the end of this particular lesson. And that will be Scouting out.